So in my last gig vlog, I talked about bringing my IEMs where everyone else didn't have any monitors. So I just want to go over my setup with my IEMs and how I'm able to bring them and run them even at a gig where our band isn't doing sound. So first off, before I even show any of the equipment, when your band isn't the one doing the sound, it's super crucial to just form a good relationship with the sound guy right off the bat. So as soon as we got to the gig and I got all my stuff in there, I went over and just introduced myself to the sound guy and told him that, hey, I brought my equipment. I'll be able to be self-sufficient and be able to run this. I just need minimal assistance from you. So, because you don't want to put any extra work for the sound guy. He's already got plenty of stuff he needs to do. That said, let me go over the equipment that I did bring and show you how I bring my IEMs to gigs. So everything's in this case. Let me open her up for you and let's see. Okay, so first off, we'll just talk about this piece. I don't use this too much, but I bring it just in case. This is just a rack ear basically. So if there's room in the rack and I can just slide my transmitter into the rack and run it this way, and then this attaches for the antenna. I don't use it too often, but I bring it just in case. So set that aside. And then the main unit here, this is a Sennheiser G3 IEM. So they're on the G4 now. I still got the G3. And then this is the transmitter. So this is what actually plugs into a aux out on the console. And that's how it delivers sound to your pack. So on the back here, you'll see we have left and right in. Most of the time I'm just running mono at these type of gigs, unless I'm really fortunate and get somebody really good doing sound that can give me a stereo mix. Most of the time I'm just going mono, and this is where the antenna goes, and then that's where it plugs in for power. So that's the transmitter. Let me get these. These are just extra mics I bring, vocal mic, guitar mic. I just keep these in the same box just because it fits. All right, power adapter for the unit here, the Sennheiser power adapter. All right, so then I bring a couple of short XLR cables. I also bring a couple of short quarter-inch cables or TS cables. That way, if the mixer for whatever reason only has quarter-inch out, I can plug that in too, because the Sennheiser unit accepts both XLR and quarter-inch. So I used the XLRs most recently, so that's why they're in this case. The quarter-inch ones are with my guitar cables. This is just the antenna, so I just plug that in, and that's how it gets the RF, or the radio frequency, in the air. And lastly in the case is the body pack, which obviously just has my name on there. Runs on AA's, and this is how it you receive the transmission from the transmitter. So that's that. So that's everything in this case. Let's talk about the in-ears themselves. So this is my little Pelican with my in-ears in them. Obviously, it has my name on there, James In-Ear Monitors, or IEMs. Let's open her up. So I have two pairs of in-ears, both from 64 Audio. I have no affiliation with 64 other than I like their products, and I talk with the sales rep Eddie through email every now and then, just talking about product and whatnot. The A3s, which are these, as you can see by the, let me pick it up actually, the model that I put on the case is my original set that I bought in 2016, and then these are my newer ones, the A6T, which are my new ones I just got this year, 2021. And then this bag is just extra cables, just in case. So we'll go look at the A3. So these are my original ones, which I got in the translucent red. And you'll notice these have the older 64 technology, which has all the little tubes in here. So this one is a 3 driver. So you'll see that there's 4 tubes here one for low, mid, and high, and then the fourth one is for the vent, which is the apex module right here. So that's the older one though. These still work great, and I need to send these in. That's the last thing I've been talking about with Eddie, is getting them serviced, getting them cleaned out, and possibly get some new face plates on there to match my new ones, which are the A6T, which are these right here. You see, I like the all clear now. That way they're not as noticeable on the stage, because some places I go, I don't want to be flashy. Other places I like to be, but most of the time I just want to be low profile. So these have the new ones where it's all just one big hole. Let's see if I can get that in focus. There it is. And it's got the little vent on there. And then all the sound comes out of the one hole, as well as the vent, which is the same apex module here. And the thing I like a lot about these 64s is you'll notice I have two other modules here, one for each ear, and these are the black ones. So these are the -10 dB attenuation, and then the gray ones or the silver ones are -20. Typically I use the -20, and I like to have the -10s with me just in case. And I like the -10s a lot. Sometimes I wear these just as earplugs at gigs, and the -10s work out well because they don't drop the sound too low, and then the -20 obviously gives you a lot more isolation. So those are the in-ears themselves. Also in the case, I just have a 1/8 to 1/4 adapter and the little dongle for iPhone. Just keep that in there with them. So that is the in-ear case itself with the in-ear modules. One other thing, so these are not cheap. Okay, so these they're upwards of $5,000 to $3,000. So $500 to $3,000 for a set of custom in-ears. You do have to go see an audiologist or an ear doctor and get molds of your ears done, and then send them off to the company, and then they make the product and send it back. A really great universal fit option that I've noticed is called KZ. Again, I have no affiliation with KZ either. You can actually buy them straight from Amazon. Let me grab those. These are really nice for what they are. They're only $50, and I bought an extra nicer cable. So these, I have I think $80 total invested in these, and they come with different ear tips to fit your ear better. And these actually work really well. I know a lot of people at church use them, and I could probably do gigs just fine with these if I wasn't so bougie. So these are $50 plus an extra cable, which I got. You don't have to get the extra cable. And yeah, these work really good. They're called KZ ZS10s. That's the model, if I'm not mistaken, and these work out really good. So if you need in-ears on a budget, these are a good option. Another thing about in-ears on a budget, you don't need to have a wireless transmitter and receiver and all that jazz. Another good option is, I don't have one with me right now, but I do use it occasionally, is just a headphone amp that you can plug into a console, either XLR or 1/4 inch, run a long cable to the amp itself, have a headphone extension cable plugged into the headphone amp, and you have in-ears hardwired. You just stick it in your pocket and you'll be good to go, and you can hear what you need to hear. So that's my in-ear rig. Let me know what you think, what you guys use, what brand of in-ears do you like, custom or universal. Comment below, and I look forward to interacting with everyone. Remember to stay on the path, get some, and I've been James Bush.